Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand, a coin so old, so ordinary-looking, yet so powerful it could change your life forever. Hidden in your pocket change might be a piece of metal worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. These are not just pennies. These are keys to unimaginable fortune. Stay till the end, because any of these coins could make you a millionaire overnight. First up, the 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a small, simple coin that hides a story so unimaginable, so emotional, and so shocking it could make your heart skip a beat. Imagine a coin made almost 90 years ago, a single cent once used to buy candy, newspapers, or maybe a cup of coffee. But today, this same coin could buy you a luxury car, a house, or even change your destiny forever. Yes, you heard that right. This 1-cent coin has turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. The 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny, struck during the Great Depression, carries more than just copper. It carries the tears, struggles, and hopes of millions of Americans. While people were fighting for bread and jobs, the U.S. Mint quietly created a coin that would one day become a treasure beyond imagination. Each of these pennies tells a story of survival and now, of shocking wealth. Collectors today are hunting desperately for rare versions of this coin. And here's where it gets unbelievable. Some 1935 Lincoln Wheat Pennies, with unique mint errors or perfect condition, have sold in major auctions for jaw-dropping prices. In recent years, a few examples graded in mint state, those flawless, shiny coins that look brand new even after 90 years, have sold for over $50,000. And certain error versions have fetched more than $100,000. But wait, that's not even the unimaginable part. Some experts say that if you find a 1935 penny with a double die, a repunched mint mark, or unique planchet error, it could be worth a fortune, even up to $1 million. Imagine finding that one coin in your old collection, in a forgotten jar, or hidden in your grandfather's drawer, and realizing you've been holding life-changing money all along. Every curve on this coin holds meaning. Abraham Lincoln's face on the front, calm yet powerful, representing freedom and strength, while 2 wheat stalks on the back symbolize hope and prosperity. But the real power of this coin lies in its rarity and story. It's not just metal, it's emotion, history, and value wrapped into one. You might be thinking, how could something so small be worth that much? Well, it all depends on condition, rarity, and historical significance. The 1935 wheat penny minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all have slightly different values. The regular Philadelphia penny may be common, but a flawless, red gem version certified by top grading services like PCGS or NGC could bring in thousands. The Denver Mint, marked D, and San Francisco Mint, S, pennies, when found in perfect condition, are even more valuable because fewer were produced and even fewer survived untarnished. But here's where the story gets emotional. Many of these coins were carried by working men and women during the hardest years of American history. They passed through trembling hands during the Depression, carried in pockets filled with fear and hope. And now, decades later, those same tiny pieces of metal are changing lives again, this time with unimaginable wealth. Collectors and treasure hunters worldwide are now obsessed with finding that one rare 1935 penny. Some have spent years searching coin rolls, yard sales, or even dusty boxes in their basements, and a few lucky ones have struck gold. Literally. There are reports of people finding uncirculated 1935 wheat pennies that graded MS-68 red, selling for up to $125,000 at major auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer's. One flawless example even sparked a bidding war between passionate collectors, each determined to own a piece of history and a key to fortune. But the real shock comes from the hidden variations. A coin with a faint double die on Lincoln's face or lettering, or a misaligned die strike, could multiply its value by 10 or 100. These tiny imperfections, things that went unnoticed in the mint almost a century ago, now make collectors' hearts race. Because a single coin like that could make you rich beyond belief. Let's talk about the numbers for a moment, just to understand the magnitude of this treasure. A regular worn 1935 wheat penny might sell for 10 to 50 cents. But in higher grades, especially MS, mint state, grades, prices skyrocket. An MS-65 could fetch around $200, an MS-67 could go for thousands, and the ultra-rare MS-68S? They could break 6 figures easily. And if you've got one with a known error, like an off-center strike, repunched mint mark, or die clash, collectors could pay anything from $10,000 to even $250,000, depending on its rarity and beauty. Imagine posting that coin online, and within hours, you're flooded with offers from around the world. Collectors, investors, museums, and dealers all desperate to get their hands on it. That one coin could pay off your debts, buy your dream car, or even fund your dream home. That's how powerful this tiny cent can be. And remember, most people have no idea. They see a 1935 penny and think it's just another old coin. But those who know its secret value, they treat it like gold. Because it is gold, hidden in plain sight. So if you've got a jar of old pennies lying around, now's the time to look closely. Check for mint marks, check for shine, check for errors. Because you might just find the key to unimaginable wealth. A 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny that could be worth more than you ever dreamed of. In this world of forgotten change and overlooked treasures, this coin stands as a reminder that sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest fortunes. The 1935 Wheat Penny isn't just copper. It's a miracle from history. A symbol of hope, value, and destiny. So don't spend it without knowing its worth. Don't trade it away for a few cents when it could buy you a lifetime of comfort. Because this humble coin, once worth 1 cent, has the power to rewrite your story, to turn your ordinary day into an extraordinary miracle. If you find one, treat it like treasure. Protect it, grade it, and know that you're holding a piece of unimaginable history, and maybe, just maybe, a ticket to millionaire status overnight. That's the 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin of emotion, history, and shocking value. Proof that sometimes the smallest piece of metal can hold the biggest dream of all. Next up, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but hides within it a story so shocking, so emotional, and so unbelievably valuable that it could change your life in ways you never imagined. Picture this, a small, copper 1-cent coin, once exchanged for everyday purchases, now standing as a symbol of unimaginable wealth. This isn't just any coin, this is a potential millionaire maker, a piece of history that could transform your destiny overnight. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in a time of hope and recovery. America was emerging from the shadows of World War II, and life was slowly returning to normal. Families were rebuilding, businesses were growing, and pennies like this one quietly passed from hand to hand, often without a thought to the legacy they were creating. Today, decades later, those same pennies are highly coveted treasures in the world of coin collecting. Their value, in the right hands and under the right circumstances, can reach shocking levels, the kind of numbers that can make ordinary people gasp in disbelief. What makes the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny so special? First, consider the rarity. While millions were minted, only a fraction have survived in flawless condition. Most pennies from this era were circulated, worn, and forgotten. But a coin in exceptional state, especially one graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC as MS65, MS66, or higher, is a gem beyond imagination. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for the perfect 1953 penny. And for certain rare errors, misstrikes, double dies, or repunched mint marks, the auction prices can skyrocket, sometimes approaching 6 figures. Imagine holding a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny in your hand, examining the rich copper luster, and realizing that this tiny coin, smaller than your thumb, could be worth more than a luxury car. The front features Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile, calm yet determined, symbolizing freedom, resilience, and hope. The back displays the wheat stalks, quietly representing prosperity and growth, a subtle reminder of the coin's incredible potential. This coin isn't just a collectible, it's a bridge connecting the past to your present fortune. Now, let's get emotional for a moment. Think about the hands that carried this penny back in 1953, young men returning from war, mothers buying groceries, children saving their allowance. Each coin has touched lives, witnessed human struggles, joys, and dreams. And now, in today's market, the same coin holds the power to create a millionaire. It's astonishing how a piece of metal so small and humble can carry such enormous potential. This is why collectors, investors, and treasure hunters across the globe are obsessed with finding the perfect 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The numbers will shock you. A circulated 1953 penny might be worth a few cents or $1, but a pristine, uncirculated coin can fetch hundreds or even thousands. For example, a 1953 Philadelphia MS65 might sell for around $400 to $500, but a 1953 MS-66 red could soar past $1,500. Coins with exceptional qualities or rare errors, like a double die on the obverse or reverse, can cross into six-figure territory. Imagine discovering one of these rare coins tucked away in a forgotten jar or a dusty drawer. The moment you realize its value could instantly change your life. And here's where the unimaginable magic lies. Some of the rarest 1953 Lincoln Wheat Pennies, with unique minting anomalies, have achieved auction records over $100,000. One coin, perfectly preserved and showing a slight repunched mint mark, created a bidding frenzy, selling to the highest bidder in a transaction that left everyone in awe. The emotion in the auction room was palpable. People weren't just buying a coin, they were investing in a piece of history and the possibility of instant fortune. The allure of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't just financial. It's emotional, historical, and almost mystical. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin that could complete their collection, a coin that could also serve as a ticket to unimaginable wealth. Some have spent years meticulously searching rolls of pennies, attending estate sales, or examining dusty boxes in attics. And every once in a while, a lucky finder uncovers a coin that leaves them speechless, a coin that could turn their ordinary life into an extraordinary story of fortune. Let's talk about mint marks. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D., and San Francisco, S. While Philadelphia pennies are more common, pristine examples are still highly sought after. Denver and San Francisco coins, especially those in uncirculated condition or with errors, are even rarer. Collectors pay top dollar for the perfect examples, and rightfully so, because these coins have survived more than 60 years of circulation and handling, yet still retain their original beauty. Now, imagine the thrill of holding a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a perfectly preserved red luster, showing every detail of Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Picture yourself placing it in a display case, knowing that you're holding more than history. You're holding potential wealth, opportunity, and unimaginable fortune. This is the kind of coin that can literally change your life. And don't forget the errors. Some 1953 pennies were struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or even weakly struck features that make them extraordinarily rare today. A single coin with the right error, in excellent condition, could attract worldwide attention. Dealers and collectors would bid aggressively, sometimes paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in a heated auction, all for one small piece of copper that once cost just 1 cent. The emotional aspect cannot be overstated. Each coin tells a story of perseverance, hope, and the American spirit. It traveled through decades, surviving handling, circulation, and storage. And now, in the hands of a lucky collector or investor, it becomes a vessel of life-changing opportunity. Some people dream their whole lives of discovering a treasure like this. Some find it unexpectedly, buried in plain sight. And for those who do, the reward is not just financial. It's emotional, historical, and absolutely breathtaking. So if you ever come across a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, don't underestimate it. Examine it closely, look for mint marks, check for luster, and keep an eye out for errors. Because this tiny coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. It could be the key to financial freedom, the bridge to millionaire status, or a legendary story to pass down through generations. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't just a coin, it's a miracle in copper. A symbol of resilience, hope, and opportunity. It reminds us that sometimes, the smallest things carry the biggest dreams, and the most overlooked treasures hold the power to transform lives overnight. If you have one, protect it, cherish it, and consider grading it with a top-tier service. Its true value might be beyond your wildest dreams. This coin could make you wealthy, famous in the collector's world, and part of a historical legacy that stretches back decades. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Small, simple, yet shockingly valuable, unbelievably emotional, and unimaginably powerful. A coin that proves that history, luck, and fortune sometimes come wrapped in the tiniest packages. Next up, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny. A coin that at first glance might seem ordinary, yet it carries a story so shocking, so emotionally overwhelming, and so unbelievably valuable that it could completely change your life in an instant. Imagine holding a coin smaller than your thumb, a coin that once bought a loaf of bread, a newspaper, or a piece of candy, and realizing that today, this same coin could be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in the hands of the right collector. Yes, this is not an exaggeration. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny has the power to make ordinary people extraordinarily wealthy. The year 1944 was one of the most dramatic and challenging times in history. World War II was raging, soldiers were far from home, and families anxiously awaited news of their loved ones. Yet, amidst this chaos, the U.S. Mint was striking pennies, including the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny. These coins were not just currency, they were symbols of continuity, hope, and resilience. They quietly passed through the hands of countless Americans, connecting generations in ways no one could fully realize at the time. Collectors today are captivated by this coin for a reason. While millions were minted, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. A 1944 penny in flawless condition can fetch staggering sums at auction. For example, an MS-65 red Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1944 could sell for several $1,000s. But the story doesn't stop there. Certain era coins from this year are shockingly rare and have achieved mind-blowing prices, sometimes surpassing $100,000. And believe it or not, in today's high-end collector market, one of the rarest 1944 wheat pennies could potentially exceed $1 million if it possesses a unique die error or exceptional grading. Now, let's dive into the history and the emotional impact of this coin. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny was made primarily of copper, but many coins from this era were affected by wartime metal shortages. Interestingly, some 1944 pennies were struck on steel planchets left over from 1943, creating a rare, steel penny variety that collectors go wild for. These unusual examples are not just rare, they're the kind of coins that make auction rooms erupt in disbelief and bidding wars that spiral into the hundreds of thousands. Imagine holding one of these in your hand, knowing that it could turn an ordinary day into a life-changing moment. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is also a masterpiece of historical storytelling. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's face reflects dignity, strength, and determination, qualities that resonated deeply with Americans during the war. On the reverse, the wheat stalks symbolize growth, abundance, and the hope of better days. Together, these features make the coin not just a collectible, but a symbol of perseverance and potential fortune. Collectors obsess over the tiniest details. The luster of the coin, the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the condition of the wheat stalks, even subtle variations in the strike can dramatically affect its value. An uncirculated 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny with perfect red copper luster is highly sought after. And a coin showing a double die, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark can break auction records. These variations are rare, unpredictable, and shocking, often unnoticed by casual collectors, but treasured by experts who understand their life-changing potential. Imagine this scenario. You're cleaning out an old jar of pennies from your grandparents' house and find a 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny in incredible condition. Your heart races as you notice something unusual. Maybe a faint double die or an immaculate copper luster. Suddenly, what seemed like a worthless coin transforms into a golden opportunity. Experts examine it, certify it, and the bidding begins. Within hours, your discovery could make you a millionaire. This is not fantasy. It has happened multiple times in recent decades, proving that fortune can come wrapped in the tiniest packages. Let's talk numbers to put the scale into perspective. A regular circulated 1944 penny might be worth 10 cents to a few dollars. But uncirculated MS-65 red examples could command anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, while MS-66 coins might soar beyond $10,000. Rare error coins, like the steel planchet variety or double die obverse, have sold for $100,000 or more. And the unimaginable part? In perfect condition, with the right combination of rarity and historical significance, a 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny could be valued in the $1 million range, a fortune for a coin that cost 1 cent at its creation. The emotional power of this coin goes beyond money. It connects us to history in a tangible, visceral way. It reminds us of the courage and hope of those who lived through the war. Every scratch, every mark, every gleaming detail tells a story of survival, resilience, and human experience. Owning a 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is like holding a time capsule that carries not only history but the possibility of life-altering wealth. Collectors around the world chase these coins with a single-minded passion. Coin rolls, estate sales, auctions, and private collections all become hunting grounds for the lucky finder who might stumble upon the next 1944 miracle. The thrill of discovery, the emotional rush of realizing the coin's potential, and the jaw-dropping financial reward, it's an experience that few can forget. And it's exactly this emotional and financial power that makes the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny one of the most sought-after coins in the collector's world. So, if you ever come across a 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny, don't overlook it. Examine it carefully, check the mint mark, the luster, and the condition. Look for any unusual traits or errors. Because hidden in your hands could be a coin that changes everything. A piece of metal with the power to turn ordinary lives into stories of unimaginable wealth and fortune. This isn't just a penny, it's a life-altering treasure. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than copper and design. It's hope, history, and the potential for a life you never dreamed possible. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest, most overlooked items carry the most powerful surprises. One coin, one discovery, one life-changing moment. That's the magic of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny. In conclusion, this coin is a testament to the fact that fortune often hides in plain sight. It could be in a jar on your shelf, tucked away in an old wallet, or lying unnoticed in a collection. Treat it with respect, appreciate its history, and understand its potential. Because the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than just a coin, it's an emotional, historical, and financial miracle capable of turning ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Next up, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that might seem ordinary at first, yet holds within it a story so shocking, so emotionally overwhelming, and so unbelievably valuable that it could completely change your life overnight. Imagine a small, humble copper coin, once used to buy candy, newspapers, or a loaf of bread, now holding the potential to turn an ordinary person into a millionaire. Yes, this is not an exaggeration. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny has the power to transform fortunes in ways most people cannot even imagine. The year 1951 was a time of post-war recovery and growing optimism. America was building a new future, and every penny, every coin, played a role in that era. Yet, among the millions of pennies minted, a select few survived in exceptional condition, untouched by circulation, their copper gleam preserved for decades. Today, these coins are not just relics of history. They are coveted treasures, coveted by collectors and investors worldwide for their unimaginable value. So, what makes the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny so special? First, consider the rarity. While millions of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, only a fraction have survived in flawless, uncirculated condition. These perfect coins, especially those certified by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC as MS65, MS66, or higher, are worth tens of thousands of dollars, and in the case of certain rare errors, the value can soar even higher, sometimes reaching into six figures. The 1951 penny is small, but it carries a weight of potential wealth that is simply unimaginable. Picture yourself holding one of these coins. The front features Abraham Lincoln's calm and dignified profile, a symbol of integrity, courage, and perseverance. The back bears the iconic wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and hope. Together, these features tell a story that spans decades, a story of survival, resilience, and now, astonishing fortune. Each detail matters. Collectors obsess over the luster, the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the clarity of the wheat stalks, and even tiny variations in the strike. These seemingly minor differences can multiply the coin's value exponentially. The emotional aspect of this coin cannot be overstated. Think of the hands that carried this penny in 1951. Children saving allowances, mothers buying groceries, veterans returning home from service. Each coin witnessed the joys and struggles of ordinary Americans, passing from hand to hand while quietly accumulating history. And now, decades later, some of these coins carry a value so shocking it can turn ordinary lives into extraordinary stories of wealth. Consider the numbers. A circulated 1951 penny might be worth just a few cents or $1. But a pristine, uncirculated example can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. A 1951 MS65 red might command over $500, while an MS66 red could exceed $1,500. And then there are the rare error coins, double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, which can attract six-figure sums at auction. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in a forgotten drawer or jar, realizing that you've been holding a treasure capable of changing your life forever. The mint marks are crucial. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Philadelphia coins are generally more common, but a pristine example is still highly sought after. Denver and San Francisco coins in mint condition, particularly those with errors, are rare jewels in the collector's world. Their scarcity, combined with exceptional condition, makes them extremely valuable and extremely emotional for those who discover them. Now imagine the thrill of discovering a 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny with flawless red luster, perfectly struck details, and maybe even a subtle error. The moment you realize the coin's true value, the potential for unimaginable wealth, is a moment of pure shock and exhilaration. Collectors have described this feeling as almost spiritual, as if holding the coin connects them not just to history, but to a life-changing opportunity. The auction world amplifies this emotion. When a rare 1951 penny appears in a top-tier auction, collectors and investors worldwide engage in intense bidding wars. One coin can sell for tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and rarity. These are not hypothetical numbers. They are real, documented sales that have turned ordinary coin collectors into overnight millionaires. The story of the 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny is not just about history. It's about shock, awe, and life-altering opportunity. The errors are what make some of these coins truly mind-blowing. A double die, an off-center strike, or a repunched mint mark can transform a seemingly ordinary penny into a collector's dream worth unimaginable sums. Some of these error coins have commanded prices over $100,000, making them more valuable than many luxury items, real estate, or cars. Holding one in your hand is like holding a secret key to wealth, history, and emotional fulfillment all at once. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny also teaches us a powerful lesson. Fortune often hides in the smallest, most overlooked places. A humble penny, tossed in a jar decades ago, could today be worth far more than anyone imagined. It's a reminder that opportunity is everywhere, sometimes disguised as something ordinary, waiting for the lucky finder to recognize its value. Collectors spend years searching for these coins, examining rolls, attending estate sales, and hunting through dusty collections. And when they find one, the emotional impact is indescribable. The thrill, the shock, the realization of life-changing potential. It's a story repeated countless times in the world of numismatics. And the 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny, with its history, beauty, and potential, stands as one of the most thrilling coins to collect, study, and cherish. So, if you come across a 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny, handle it with care. Examine the mint mark, the luster, the details, and watch for errors. Because in that small coin lies the power to change fortunes, create millionaire collectors, and tell a story of history, resilience, and unimaginable wealth. This is not just a coin. It's an emotional, historical, and financial miracle capable of transforming lives overnight. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny, a tiny piece of copper, a massive symbol of hope and opportunity. Small in size, but immense in potential. It reminds us that sometimes the most ordinary objects can carry the most extraordinary value. A coin that could turn ordinary days into unforgettable, life-changing moments, and one glance at it is enough to understand that hidden within history lies the power to become a millionaire overnight.